right off the bat. Something that Andrew Luck and the Colts have been saying all week that they had to avoid. They had to start off fast. Ryan Fitzpatrick, coming out of the smoke in place of Jake Locker, was the one who came out fast because Chris Johnson was running as fast as we've seen him run all year. LaDainian Tomlinson, look at this.
Yes, he was, but this is a great hole right here, and he burst through the hole. And to this point, it is on to the end zone for Chris Johnson. That's speed.
A 30-yard scamper to the end zone for a touchdown run, and then he equals the number of touchdown runs that he's had all season long later in the first quarter, Steve.
They made a concerted effort to establish the ground game, especially with Chris Johnson, and that offensive line got a lot of push early downs. Take a look at this.
Power.
And then Chris Johnson put this team up as he was trucking people to the end zone, and then mystifyingly got the ball only 4 times in the second half of this game.
It's been the story of the season.
Second quarter, with the Colts down by 2 touchdowns, and Eric Walden rips off Delaney Walker's helmet and then headbutts him and somehow stays in the game.
Commissioner will be hearing, you will be hearing from the commissioner on that.
It was 3 personal foul calls on the Colts defense on that sequence, but Tennessee could only get a field goal out of it, led 17-6 at the half. In the second half, the first possession of the half, marching all the way down the field, and Donald Brown on the toss gets it in the end zone for the first touchdown of the night of the Colts, and it's a 17-13 game. And why do we show the ensuing kickoff?
It's a big player of boo-boo, and this actually, he runs into his own man.
Devin Wiley with a sort of a butt fumble situation on the ensuing kickoff. Dan Herron recovers, and then 2 plays later, Andrew Luck making a play, faking it and picking him up and putting him down.
He's a real athlete. I'm telling you, man, this kid here, he plays well with his arm, but he also has the ability to beat you with his legs.
It was the pump fake to Griff Whalen, and then in the end zone, LT.
And I said before the game that he will have to use his legs today, and he did that. 4th
rushing touchdown of the season, as many as Chris Johnson. 4th quarter now, the Titans have the ball, and the reaction of the lady in number 10 jersey is the classic right there.
Embarrassed.
23-20 is the score. It's a 1 field goal game as Kendall Wright comes up just shy of the first down marker. Andrew Luck gets the ball back, and Donald Brown is the one who runs the air out of it until Luck can find Colby Fleener on 2nd 11 for a first down.
Shouldn't go out of bounds right there. We wonder which guy would stand up, and Colby Fleener did just that tonight.
And Donald Brown slips and comes up with a 2nd down run. As you can see, Ayers hits Luck, however, after handing the ball off. That's not even close to the mesh point.
Yeah, that's
15-yard penalty, and Mike Munchak is running out of timeouts and running out of time, and certainly it didn't look good when Donald Brown was running into the end zone.
Yeah, this is called a 4-minute drill, and they got in a bunch set and a little unbalanced and overload, and they played smash mouth with 1 play action pass and drove it right down their throats.
Ryan Fitzpatrick did a fine job marching it down the field with no timeouts remaining to make it just a 3-point game, but the onside kick went Indianapolis's way, and despite falling down by 2 touchdowns, once again being outscored 66-6 in the first half of the last 3 games, the Colts have won 2 of those 3 somehow, and now have a 3-game lead in the AFC South through 11 weeks of this season.
Jaguars and the Texans. Houston looking to snap an 8-game losing streak. Chad Henne hasn't beaten the Texans before as a starter. He's 0-2. First quarter, Jags opening possession, 3rd and 4. Chad Henne pulls an ace out of the deck, Ace Sanders, and there he goes. 51 yards for Ace Sanders. Down inside the 10. 3 plays later, Gus Bradley says, we're the Jaguars. Let's go for it. 4th and goal. Why not? And it's Maurice Jones-Drew, and he's in the end zone for the touchdown. For MJD, his 5th straight game with a touchdown. Second quarter, Jags ball, leading 7-0. 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line. It's MJD who had been held in check besides that touchdown until this play. Off the left side, 44 yards. Jags would get a 31-yard field goal from Josh Scobie for MJD, his longest run of the season. Jags ensuing possession, 3rd and 3 from their own 49-yard line. Chad Henne sacked by J.J. Watt, his 5th straight game with a sack. He's got 9.5 now. Third quarter, Jags ball leading 10-6. attempting a 49-yard field goal. Josh Scobie, oof. Blocked by J.J. Watt, recovered and returned for 25 yards. For the Texans, it's their second block field goal their last 4 games. They get up a lot of pick sixes. We're going to get back and block a field goal. Fourth quarter, Texans ball trailing 13-6, less than 5 minutes to go. It's Case Keenum completely misreading the route for DeAndre Hopkins. Throws it incomplete. Gary Kubiak watching his team struggle mightily from the press box. Texans get the ball back again under 2 minutes to go. 3rd and 4, no timeouts. This one, Keenum to Andre Johnson. He's got it for 21 yards. 2 plays later, 2nd and 10. Keenum, all right, let's not panic, let's not panic. Looking deep for DeAndre Hopkins. Hopkins unable to pull it in. So the next play, it becomes 3rd and 10 from the Jags 41. Keenum looking for Keyshawn Martin. It's bobbled in the air and intercepted by Ryan Davis. Watch it again, the great concentration by Davis. The pass goes up, bobbled once, twice, 3 times. That seals the Jags' second win of the season. Jacksonville wins it by the final of 13-6. The Texans have now lost 9 in a row, a franchise worst.
Another one of those 5-6 teams, Tennessee, led by Brett Kiesel, Mini-Me, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Beard, man.
Facing Andrew Luck,
Fitz,
who's trying to avoid back-to-back losses for the first time ever. I thought they were trying to keep him more upright this year.
Yeah. Okay.
The problem is Reggie Wayne is gone. Reggie, if you can hear me, go right in there right now and ask for more money.
Carl Klug gets him there, however, the Colts recover.
You have leverage.
Next Colts possession, Jarrell Casey with the sack. Luck fumbled all over the place. He was sacked 5 times as well.
Ball away.
On to the third quarter. Titans really in this one. Down 12-7. It's 4th and goal. Watch this creativity. Fitzpatrick fakes the reverse to the speedster Kendall Wright, and the other speedster, Chris Johnson, on the jump pass, gets a touchdown.
That's a nice play.
That's a nice play, man. CJ2K gets his jump pass touchdown.
And a 14-12 lead for Tennessee. Next Titans possession, 3rd and 6. Fitzpatrick. Have you met Robert Mathis? He only leads the NFL with 15.5 sacks.
He may break the record this year.
Darrell Freeman on the ball. And the guy who was basically the Colts offense on this day is the oldest player in the league, Adam Vinatieri. Made 5 field goals, tied a career best.
That's what he do.
4 of those were at least 45 yards.
That's what, again, I told you, Andrew Luck does not lose.
You're not having flashbacks.
Okay.
You're not having flashbacks.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay, good. Just block it out. Okay, and then later in the game, Fitzpatrick picked by Cassius Vaughn for the 2nd time in this game.
Andrew Luck does not lose 2 games in a row.
I get it. But you know what? The Colts were trying. They were trying their best to lose his 2nd one in a row. Look at Darius Hayward-Bay.
You know what's going to happen.
That's
That surprise you?
No, don't look at me.
It didn't surprise me.
You guys are the Hall of Famers. Reggie Wayne.
Ask for more money, Reggie.
He did. I think he did, right? They only had 264 yards of total offense.
That's what I mean.
You know what that look, man? We see that in practice all the time.
Here's 24 of them on 3rd and 2. Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck does not lose back-to-back games.
Hey, here's something interesting, right? Trent Richardson benched 5 carries on the day. Instead, Donald Brown is back.
Right, and Trent averaged 3.9, Donald averaged 3.8.
So it ain't Trent.
I just want you to know something.
Come on, man.
The offensive line need to take this serious.
And cannot get up, even though they do have such great players like J.J. Watt. Chad Henne coming out for the Jacksonville Jaguars and marched them down the field on an 80-yard drive to open things up 7-0. And then Mercedes Lewis catching the ball because he's 9 feet tall.
Man, what grabs, and he made some great grabs, Rich. That grab for that first touchdown, he took it off a guy's head. Mercedes Lewis making those kind of plays, helping your quarterback make plays.
And that's over Darryl Sharpton's head there.
Eating off his head.
4 plays later, Chad Henne finds Cecil Shorts on 3rd and short to put the Jaguars up 14-0.
Statistically, he didn't have a great day, but he was very effective.
Third quarter, it's 17-7 Jacksonville when it's time for pocket.
Andre Hercules.
Here he comes, Maurice Jones-Drew, 48-yard gain, bouncing off of people making plays back at Hercules.
Boy, it looked like the old Maurice Jones-Drew running right there, the one that was just tearing the league up for a few years.
Down there?
I think he was. And then Ace Sanders
That is
throws
the
it to
son.
Jordan Todman for the touchdown. Ace Sanders now has as many touchdown passes on the season as Maurice Jones-Drew and Blaine Gabbert. What in the world's going on in Jacksonville? It's 24-10.
I played with his dad at Florida State.
The Texans then turn to Matt Schaub in the third quarter, and what does he do?
Here come that man.
He just marches them down the field. They went 4 wides, 5 wides. Here comes DeAndre Hopkins is free.
See, that's great backside hustle on that, because you never know what's going to happen. Save the touchdown right there.
46-yard gain 5 plays later, just delayed the touchdown.
Yep.
Here comes Garrett Graham wide open.
High low.
Schaub's first touchdown pass. It's week number 4. Coming off the bench with 6 of 7. Made it a 1-touchdown game after that drive. It's now in the fourth quarter we go. Schaub on 3rd and 20, down 4, finds Andre Johnson, who had 10 catches for over 150 yards in this game. Moving it down the field. 10th career game with 10 catches and 150 yards, ties Jerry Rice most all time, but on 4th and 2, Matt Schaub cannot get
and Andre Johnson, he had him right there
to anybody.
Yeah, waited too
But
long.
you know what? The third down, he should have ran the football.
For the first down, it was wide open, Dion. You're absolutely right. In that situation, you got to make that run, get that first down, most important.
Next Jaguars possession, 3rd and 11. Henny for Mike Brown. Oh boy, that's an incomplete pass, which means Houston out of timeouts, gets the ball back. But that was enough time for Matt Schaub to throw this pass.
To do a shot.
And it's Geno Hayes.
Ooh.
Picks him off.
Yeah, and that was the second one now. There was one that almost got to be a pick 6 that luckily hit the ground. Matt's frustrated.
And the Houston Texans have lost 11 games in a row.
Wow. Texans and the Colts. Marshall Faulk placed in the Colts Ring of Honor alongside Eric Dickerson and enjoying a nice little snack. Wade Phillips' first game after firing head coach Gary Kubiak. Actually, he didn't fire Gary Kubiak. The Texans did, and he's the interim head coach. Andrew Luck hasn't lost back-to-back games as a Colt so far in his career. Colts opening drive, 1st and 10. Luck looking for Griff Whalen in the end zone for the touchdown. Whalen, Luck's former college teammate. He's got Whalen, he's got Fleener, he's got everybody. Colts had no first-half touchdown since Week 7 against the Broncos. Second quarter, 2nd and 8. It's T.Y. Hilton, 41 yards. He has been largely invisible the last few weeks, but Hilton makes a big catch there. 2 plays later, it's 2nd and 9. Luck looking for Trent Richardson. The shovel pass, and Richardson's in the end zone for a touchdown. Yes, Trent Richardson scored a touchdown. It was trending on Twitter for like 5 hours after it happened. Colts lead 17-3. Luck threw for 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. What about Case Keenum? 0-7 in his first 7 starts, the worst by an undrafted player in NFL history. First possession, second quarter. Keenum rolls out to his left. Late throw to Andre Johnson, picked off by Darius Butler. That would lead to a Colts field goal. 2 possessions later, 2nd and 7 at the Colts 47. Keenum looking for Andre Johnson. Why not? Except this time, Butler says, yeah, I've seen this movie before. Colts lead 20-3 at the half. Nothing going on for the Houston Texans. Third quarter, Texans ball, same score. 2nd and 7 from their own 23-yard line. Keenum going to look for DeAndre Hopkins. Nearly intercepted by Butler again. Almost a trifecta. That would lead to a 3-and-out. Keenum threw for 168 yards, a couple of touchdowns, and a fumble. Later in the third quarter, Texans ball trailing 23-3. Keenum drops back, sacked, stripped by Robert Mathis, recovered by Texans' Dwayne Brown for a safety. The sack breaks the franchise record for most sacks in a season with 16.5, previously held by Dwight Freeney. Colts win it by the final of 25-3.